Hey guys, so if you haven't seen any of my other videos, I am in the Chicagoland area and it is cold and dirty out here. We just had some snow and the place it's bad, okay? So naturally my car gets extremely dirty, right? You know, I think you can see it's pretty bad. You know, I've owned three black cars. And you would think white is kind of the worst. Honestly, though, black is the worst. I think my best color, or the best color, honestly, is silver. When the car is bright, the dirt kind of doesn't show up because the car is so bright. When it's black, the car everything, the dirt is always lighter. It just shows up, especially the salt, the white. It's awful. So a black car, when it's clean, you can't beat it, but you just can't keep it clean. Anyway, my thoughts on car color. So what I'm going to do is do a quick detail of the car. I found this stuff, quick detailers, right? I've tried both of these already. As you can see, I did half the car already, completely filthy. So here's the my thoughts on these. This one here is a wash and wax from Meguiar. You got another Meguiar's here, quick detailer, but it doesn't really have a wax. This one then, you would follow it up with the wax. It's a glass cleaner, okay? Simple glass cleaner. Honestly, to me it seemed no better than any other glass cleaner. Let me go back to these. This one has a smell to it. It's almost like, you might call it a good smell. It's like as if Meguiar's tried to make a Hawaiian Tropic of waterless wash and wax detailer. Smells good, I guess, for a detailer, but when you're in a garage and closed, it's too much. It's just too much of that smell. I'm not going to say it's toxic, but it just gets to be too much. This one here has kind of a smell like you would expect out of a cleaner. You can tell they freshened it up with something. Both of these seem to work well as far as cleaning, and honestly, they both make the finish of the car feel, I didn't even clean this part yet, make the car feel kind of slippery, almost as if it was waxed without waxing. So anyway, I'm going to show you how quick this is. It's really convenient. These things are really cool. I've got my coat on. The garage is, it's 37 degrees. It's warmer than I thought. My hands get cold fast though. You can't really be outside washing your car in this kind of weather. You know, once it hits the 40s even, it's just rough, and you're pulling hoses back and forth. No one's going to do that. And then you get your car wet, and overnight it freezes. I haven't had experience with this car yet, but I've had other cars before. I can't even open the doors anymore, right? Because the water just gets into places and the car freezes up. So this is an awesome, so far, awesome alternative, these products. So anyway, I'm going to show you how quick this is. Probably speed up the video for you, but it's really quick, and the car turns out, it's going to be much better than this when I get done. Okay, hang on. All right, guys. So instructions say to use one towel. I'll get into it in a second. Use one towel to spray and wipe and clean, and one section at a time, and then go over it again to dry it with a clean cloth. You're not supposed to let it dry on its own. So I'm going to do that. This one I was using on the other side to dry. You can see there's always some residual that you don't really pick up. So it's going to be my dirty, it's going to be my clean. All right. Yeah, just so you're aware, I have always gone from top down when I'm washing cars because the top is generally cleaner than the bottom. Well, I got something on there. Ooh, maybe that's in there. Dang. Boy, that's like a... Didn't get down to the metal, but eesh. The bottom is very, very dirty. So generally when you wash a car, you start from the top down. Towel gets dirtier and dirtier. You don't really want to go from the bottom with it. Then you got a really dirty cloth or sponge and you're kind of, it's just not as good. If you're actually doing it right, it doesn't matter, but it's kind of a habit. So that's why I'm kind of going across on the top first. You know, something else too you can do if you're, the more of a hurry you are, the less of the car you really have to do. If you see, now this car is actually, it's very dirty, but you can see the way the angle is here. The light doesn't really catch it. When you're looking at the car from above, you don't really catch that. It's kind of in the shadow anyway. If you're in a real hurry, hit the big stuff, the top up here, you could stop right here. You know, and do the whole car, save yourself even more time. It's kind of like going to the gym, just working the bis and the tris, you know? Okay, wanted to show a couple things. If I can get this on camera. You could see the haze or the film that's on here. It's because I didn't wipe it clean with the clean cloth. I hit it with the finish, the detailer, but I didn't do the clean cloth yet. So as you can see, that's what would be left on your paint if you didn't wipe it clean. Yeah, so actually that's the other, you know, going back to what I said about the colors, car colors, with a white car, something like that, with this extra little bit of streaking, you know, white streaking left on the paint, you won't even see it on a white car. Sorry guys, got a tripod here that's making all kinds of noise. You won't see that, but you get a darker colored car, a dark blue, especially a black, all that stuff shows up. Anyway, I did quick wipe the car with a clean cloth. I forgot I had the camera off, but I want to show you the inside of these doors here though too. And sorry for all that noise. Okay, I've got these extra noise seals here, which I plan on actually doing another video on because the way they tell you to install them is not really correct. Again, another topic, but what they help with a lot, if they are installed correctly, is keeping, if you've got a seal down here, which is the new, boy, I'm sorry, I don't know if that's on, got that on film, on camera. When you've got a seal down here, it keeps everything up here clean. You can see there's no seal, really there's no seal there. It doesn't seal as well here, so all of this extra dirt comes in. When you don't have these extra seals, all of this area in here gets dirty, and up in here, all of this area gets a lot more dirty without them. Anyway, I'm going to clean those real quick. that's it. I'll get the back door too. And also, you can clean glass with it. I don't clean, you know, I'm not going to clean my windows and that with it, but like this mirror, I didn't look at it too closely when I did it before. Yeah, I got to get a better angle in there, but yeah, you know what? Actually, this stuff doesn't look that great on might be my cloth is not cleaned up. Yeah, looks better. But yeah, you can clean things like that too. So anyway, I should make it a quick review. I'm going to clean the wheels with it. I'll put the camera over there. You guys can watch in fast motion. You know what? I'm going to try to clean the tire. Why not? Get a real dirty part of this cloth. I don't know why, it's just as dirty as the cover. You know, I don't think I have any tire cleaner. I ran out. I ran out over the summer, and the only stuff I have requires water. And they do make some that's like a foam cleaner. I've never used it before though. Let's see what this does. Yeah, and this thing's filthy, by the way. This is another thing. You know, there's no way you should take this cloth at this point and put it anywhere on the paint, right? This is the last thing you should do with this cloth. You know, I honestly don't know what this stuff is going to do to the tire. Can't imagine it would really be that bad for it, considering you can put it on your paint. You're supposed to wipe it off, though. We'll find out. It almost looks like, right now it looks like Armor All. It's kind of neat. See what happens to it when it dries. Okay, so I'm also going to clean the back of the car. I've got a really horrible angle. I can't really get the camera back there without opening the garage door, and I'm not going to do that because it is way too cold outside. So again, if you want to do a quick detail, just hit the top stuff, outside, etc. But you want to do better, it's really a good idea to get in here, you know, especially with in the northern areas here, you've got a lot of salt and stuff on the road. That stuff gets in here and just sits all winter. Obviously, geez, it's like near impossible to get into that area. Wow. But it all runs down into here and down onto the ground. So, yeah, my advice would be to wipe this stuff down while you're in here. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. Battery looks like it's going to run out. Car is super clean. Alright. Maybe not super clean, but way cleaner than it was. Right? I think this whole thing took, you know, this back was just absolutely filthy. It really catches all the dirt, swirls up and around and just sticks right to the rear end. So here we go, guys. You know, clean the glass. I didn't think I needed to include that. You could throw the wax on after this. Maybe this works as well with the wax. you know, that's a tough test to really figure out if this is doing a much better wax job as is doing a quick detailer and a quick wax. But I bought this one first because I thought I liked the idea of having the wash and the wax all at the same time. But working in the garage, like I said, the smell coming off of this thing was pretty heavy. The only downside of doing all this is, I think I have even another dirty cloth over there. So you end up with a lot of these dirty towels that are going to need to eventually be washed, which I'm not sure I'm going to want to put these things in my washer and dryer. I'm not sure how happy the wife would be with that either. So, another tip you guys saw, they sell those kits, those noise reduction kits to stuff into these gaps, you know, those rubber things. And I was going to get them just to try them out. I don't know, maybe they were $20, $10, $20. But then I read some reviews where they were blowing off at high speed. So one day I decided to, before a trip, a big road trip, I threw some electrical tape on these gaps here. And these things have been on here for, I don't know, maybe 4,000 miles or so, including 2,000 miles of high-speed road trip. So, you know, if you're looking to see if you could reduce noise by covering up this gap, throw some electrical tape on there. I mean, now that you know it's there, it's probably really noticeable, but, you know, I wonder if anybody would really notice it if they didn't own the car. I don't know. Whatever. Just something to think about. You know, these wheels and tires, looking at it, now that they're drying, the tires still look a little dirty. So again, if you really wanted to clean things up, you could buy some of that foaming cleaner and throw that on here too. But otherwise, I love these products. You know, like I said, I'm not going to get the hose out. I'm not going to get a bucket of water and do that. And I don't want my car to freeze shut, or who knows what else is going to freeze. Sometimes you can't unlock them. And I think the car becomes very clean. Oh, one more thing I wanted to say. It says to, you know, don't be shy with spraying this stuff on. It's very, has a high, what do they call it? Lubricity? Like it says there, I think it says a high lubricity or something like that. In other words, it's very slick. It's designed not to scratch the car, right? It mixes with the dirt, and as long as you're not pressing real hard, I looked really close at my finish. I don't see any of those fine scratches. I'm used to looking at a black car, and you know, you had to be so delicate with a black car. You really had to be careful because you could see every tiny little scratch, and those add up and really dull the finish. So don't be shy with using the spray when you use it. You know, put it on pretty thick. The towel will get real wet. It's good though, and just wipe lightly, you know, and then go over it with the other cloth and clean it up better. That's it, guys. I love this stuff anyway. Keeps the car clean in the winter. Thanks. Bye-bye.